Funeral professionals are not paid enough money, and I was part of the problem. I'm Nathan, musician, mortician. You've probably heard my songs, but I also, as a leader, am at fault because Kentucky is sadly one of the worst paying states as far as salaries for funeral professionals. Hear me out. This is why it happened. Funeral home owners did everything back then. They lived above the funeral home, beside the funeral home, in the funeral home. They waited on every family member of their community. Anyone that died, they could be mowing their yard in the front of the funeral home, and the car would be driving down the road and pull over and see that the funeral director was mowing the yard, and they'd pull out and be like, Dad just died. He would stop mowing, leave the mower in the yard, run to the transfer van and or hearse at the time in his grass-stained clothes, and then go to the place of death. He would then embalm the loved one. He would then wait on the family. He would work the visitation, stand door, empty ashtrays, and take the funeral the next day, bury, do all over again. And then he realized one day, wow, this is really exhausting. I need a little bit of help. So he hired some local help. The local helper was paid a nice, honest wage, and they did a book of the work because the funeral homeowner was realizing, wow, I've put in my time. And so that individual started to carry more of the weight. Well, that individual probably got paid a little bit more money, and they too realized that they were doing a bulk of the work and they needed more help. So then the funeral home owner, who was still getting paid the same amount of money, and this guy or gal was getting paid the same amount of money, they hired help. And they paid them just a little bit of money, and they started to throw all the tasks onto them. You see the pattern that's happening, and then that is where we are now. You have an overstaffed funeral home establishment. Any funeral home across the country, family owned, is overstaffed, and they're not paying an honest wage, and they're doing a ton of work. How do we fix it?